Alright, hello everyone. I cannot sleep, but before that, I'd say anything reason why or anything. I don't know, picture and such. I just made it, and this is a non-paid video, right? Okay. So here's the thing: if you guys are wondering, who is who is this person, or what is this picture of? You can see Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Basically, it's William Afton as Springtrap, but technically, this is what it's gonna look like in you can see, what if Deku became Springtrap? Yes, yes, he's not William Afton himself, he is an Afton, yes, that's gonna be it, but that's for later on. So anyways, let's just say this. William Afton, did everything William Afton did, happened, but he had an accident, which is his karma. And he's went blind, and so on and so forth. What you can get is the children never scared him. He had help to get there. He was able to, dismantle the robots, frame the children. They couldn't, do anything to him because he was blind. So nothing worked. He lived his life. Charlie did, was like always with him. Michael and him never really saved, Elizabeth, because they know it was gonna happen. Well, they didn't know it was gonna happen, but somewhere along the lines, they just was like, you know what? We're just going to do something about it. In which, many years passed, they were coming up with plans, but also working on the new locations. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 did happen, but that's later on, and so on, basically. Henry was around, but William told him that he killed his daughter when he was dying, when he was in the hospital, and he was on his way to death's door, he told him. Which Henry was like, you... yeah. Which, from where he was dead, he sees just Charlie always with him. Reasons why he changed, which William has done a lot of good deeds over the years. And he has paid, has made many different, I could say, contributions to different things. Not to, just to make himself feel better. He very freed the children. He did, he said to the police that a coworker found the bodies, and they were able to identify who they were, and they were buried. So yeah. But anyways, more so on that. Charlie gets gets a robot body that she possesses, and human one, like a adult one, and she's been around for ages. Where this story takes place is the same same time around with Zuko. So let's just get into this. This is what if Zuko became Springtrap, Part 1. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm tired, but I can still function properly. So if I start, doing like, sleeping, like that, that's where the video will end. So let's move forward. All right. So everything happens to Zuko. Everything tragedy hits him. All the pain and misery Bakugo gives him. Everyone laughs at him. So, yes, everything happens. All that happens, but a little bit more. For some reason, tragedy always hits the Afton family, no matter who they are, in any generation. They're well known for basically being crazy. Psychopaths or sociopaths, whatever you want to say it. I already know the differences, but basically, people who feel, but they just kill, and they just don't, and they can sometimes feel remorse for something. But also geniuses, well-known inventors. And, well, because people say they're crazy and such, because when they talk, they act like they are, or something. Or just in general, something happens to the point where they go to being the point of being crazy and insane and just psycho and stuff. But somehow, in some way, they're also talented and brilliant, and they don't do anything. They have the Aftons learn from their William's mistake, and they get help right away. Like one Afton legit kind of went crazy because of a mental reason in the middle of a bank heist, and he defeated the. And basically, this is when, and he had a quirk. Basically, was allowing his body to be able to like phase through things, like Mario's, but only certain objects. And luckily, one of them was bullets. So he took down the bank robbers very easily. Of course, he didn't get arrested, but he did get help because, he didn't take his medicine. So after he took his medicine, he was fine. So yeah, like that. Of course, they said he's crazy because, well, he's an Afghan, and the reputation is well known. And some of them are actually heroes, which was funny enough. Not top 10, but at least, well, actually, some were, like, 2 of them were in the top 10s, another one was in the 15 rank. So yeah, but anyways, on to more. Yeah, but, so, Izuku, his life was a little bit more rough. Five Nights at Freddy's is a well-known franchise. Well, Freddy Fazbear Entertainment is a well-known franchise that is all over the world. Heck, the mall's even being built. For the Glam Rocks, basically. In Japan. So, let's just get to Izuku. So, the day it happens like in canon. But the only difference is, Izuku somewhat he applied, but he doesn't look normal. He just looks like he's somewhat lifeless, almost kind of like he's dead. But he's not. It's just like after everything, he just kind of got to him. It's just like he's looks almost dead. Bakugo bullies him still, and so on. That happened. When the whole entire thing happens, when Bakugo's all menacing and everyone's laughing at him, Izuku just looks at him saying, "You done?" Which kind of surprised him. So, what happens is, everything goes to normal in class. But, Bakugo stays behind, like in canon, to try to talk to Izuku, saying, "Don't enter UA." But instead of that, he wants to make a dare to Izuku. So, he wants to see if Izuku really do this or not, and he has to take a picture of, a recording of his time there. So, Izuku, while he's getting his stuff in, Bakugo comes over and ups to him and says, "Hey, nerd, I want to, ask you a question." He goes, "Yes? What is it?" It's like, if I ask you, dare you to do something, and in return, I will train with you to get into UA. Will you do it? And Izuku's kind of looks at him curiously. He goes like, "Sure, why not? So what's the dare?" And he goes like, that new mall that's, gonna be open in a couple of months? What should I say, weeks? He goes, "Yeah." "What?" He goes, "Well, I dare you to sneak in there and spend the whole entire night in the mall, and you have to take a recording of it. You got that, nerd?" He's like, "Alright." And so, like you said, if I win, you help me get into UA. Got it? No tape backs. And Bakugo does put out his hand, and Izuku grabs it, and the guys are going like, his goons are thinking, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. He's gonna explode his hand." But instead, they do this handshake, which Bakugo and Izuku still somehow know, and they just be like, and sealed. It's alright, a promise is a promise. Hey, you actually still don't want to get in UA after the whole time get in, I'll still help you train. It's like, fine, I like that. So he gets up, he's like, "See ya, Bakugo," and walks away. Bakugo, if you guys are wondering, is he different in this one? Yes. he does the whole entire attitude thing, you know, the whole entire same thing as he was in canon, but outside of school, he knows Izuku's like kind of emotionless and he feels bad, so he's like, fudge. So the Baku Katsuki that Izuku knew as a kid came back early, very early. You know. So yeah, the childhood friend is there. And the guys are like, Baku, why did you? He was like, duh. I can't really help out the nerd. I just want to give his hopes up, his hopes up and crush it. Like, good job, Baku. That's a really good idea. Record how he looks afterwards. And he goes, yeah, I will. Send it to you extras. And, they walk away. So because of this, the Sudgeville never finds a host. All Mights capture him. And, well, actually never find a body take over and All Might capture him. And, nothing ever happens. So, Izuku gets prepared to get into the whole entire, mall. Where, basically, I'm just gonna say it's the Glam Rock Mall. So, yeah. So, it's basically the Glam Rock Mall that he's trying to sneak into. He does research it. It says, made by Freddy Fazbear Entertainment. He said this mall is to basically introduce new variety of animatronic entertainment to the people. Basically, William Afton, the owner plus the co-owner Henry Afton, who started all of this, is basically, as he read, he was like, what does this say? It basically is kind of a monument to this something years, basically. I'm not going to say what year because I won't know. I'm going to say like 150 years or so, or basically 75 years of its going on franchise. But it's in the future, so let's just say a good 100 or 90 years. Just to be on the safe side. Good 90 years franchise have going on because of its well-known animatronics and safety protocols, even though of the accident in 87. Was known as the Bite of 87. They have taken precautions and measurements that are well beyond the normal circumstance of normal franchises, and this is why it's a well-known place. So this is to dedicate and show how well they are to their safety and protocols for the people. And such, the animatronics are there to prevent and to help out anyone who is in need, if needed. And such, to even prevent crimes from happening in the mall. And such, this basically is dedicated to the Freddy Fazbear Entertainment, along with the franchise and current owners, saying Lucas Afton and Hisashi Afton. Which Izuku was like, wait, isn't that my dad's name is Hisashi? But nah. No, it can't be him. Must be a different person. My dad's name was Midoriya. Right? Yeah, Midoriya. So, Izuku basically gets ready. That night, and when he goes to sleep, he sneaks out. He basically gets to the mall around, since he left at midnight. No, not midnight. He leaves at 1, not 1, he leaves at 11. He gets there at 12. And since the place is still, getting prepared to be open and such, there are a few tweaks in the system that no one knew about. So Izuku's wondering, saying this to himself, how am I going to get it in? So he looks around and such, and then he notices a vent open. He was like, alright, this is interesting. So Izuku crawls through the vent. And, well, when he gets into the Glam Rock Mall, he looks around to what he sees. He sees the statues of the Glam Rock animatronics, along with a different outlook of colors. He was like, okay, this is kind of nice. I like the statue, though. And, well, meanwhile, the missing children are basically looking around. Kind of like, because if you don't know, I forgot to mention this, sorry, but the Springlock suit is, well, in this mall, because the owners, Hisashi Afton, and Lucas Afton, aka though, Hasashi's really changed his name to Midoriya. So it's really his father, yeah, basically, woohoo. Anyways, so they basically said, like, hey, what are we gonna do with the Springlock suit? Should we put in the new, like, facility that's being opened? We've been moving it around for years. Multiple kids have gone near it almost. So, should we just put in the, the safe room? He goes, yeah, we should. Also, God, never install the safe lock on it, because that way we can get into it really quickly if something happens. They say, yeah, true. We don't want someone to be trapped in that suit forever. Am I right? And they're like, yeah, we'll be dumb enough to put it on. And they kind of chuckle about that. And Charlie says, William Afton, that was the plan for him. And which they go like, yeah, we know, that's why we joked about it. And they said, that's not right. Like, yeah, but we're Aftons. Our humor's dark. Like, true. Anyways, as they go over the basically the mall design and such. So, and if you're wondering, does Izuku look like an Aft? Does he look like William? Yes, with freckles and green hair. Not exactly looking, but kind of almost a copy. Like a 75% copy of William. Facial features and body type and such. I mean, he looks like Inko. He still looks like Canon Izuku, but just a little bit more William Afton's features. So yeah. But anyways, so because Izuku's in there, and the kids, the missing children, were looking around and such, Cassidy sees him, and in her mindset, it's basically in the time when she was killed. She doesn't really think this whole entire technology thing and mall is, real and such. She really thinks we're still in the night, basically when where she was. I don't know, guess it was in the, basically in the 80s to 90s almost. So, but the other missing children have adapted because Cassidy's revenge is so deep into her mind. She's still waiting for Afton to come and destroy the animatronics so that way they can spring lock him. So she thinks when she sees Izuku, that's him. So she devised a plan without the missing children knowing. While Izuku is walking around, he sees the animatronics. He goes, "Huh, nice piece of machinery you got there, guys. I'm not gonna cause no trouble, so I'm just gonna look around. I'm just supposed to stay in here almost all night, and then I'm leaving. Okay? Okay. Thanks." And he just walks around. So right around 1 o'clock, he already started the video. He was like, "Alright, Katsuki, I'm in here, 12 o'clock. I had to wait till my mom fell asleep, so, yeah." And basically, while Zuko's around, he hears someone's voice saying, like, "Hey, where are you? Kid?" And he looks over and he sees a girl with basically a security guard outfit on and a hat. And he's like, "Crap. I know you said don't get... I had to spend the whole night, so that means I can't get caught by no one." And he gets to record, and he was like, "Katsuki, Bakugo, you really made this hard." So he just runs away. He's running, and then he hides. It's 1 o'clock, so the animatronics start moving, and, the security guard saying... And, well, I say Glam Rock Freddy says, "Vanny, what's wrong? Well, Vanessa, what's wrong?" There's a kid here. We need to, try to get him out. He can't be in here at this time. And besides, the mall isn't fully, open yet. And they're like, "Gotcha, guys, let's go find him," and such. And yeah, so they're Glamrock's going finding him. Cassidy's kind of like chuckling and says, "This is gonna be fun, Afton." And so, during that night, Izuku hides, runs, and, escapes the Glamrocks. Because for some rare reason, Izuku's mind is starting to play tricks on him. You see, the remnant that he has is a large amount. It's not normal for anyone to even have. So, Cassidy can feel it off of him, and she's shocked by it, but she chuckles and said, "This is gonna be so much fun," and she uses her abilities to mess with his mind, because she's been alive for quite a while, so she has more than the Golden Freddy abilities. So she's using one of her new abilities that she gained over the years to mess with Izuku's mind, to make it look like these are nightmare creatures after him to kill him, basically, as he keeps hiding. So right around almost 6 o'clock, basically at 5:30, Izuku found the safe room with the springlock suit is in. And he was like, okay, maybe if I hide here, they won't notice me. So Izuku gets into the spring body suit. But the kids finally realized what Cassidy was doing. They were wondering why the Glamrocks are saying that there's a kid here. So they thought that just probably a little kid. They'll get caught. But over the night, Gabriel saw someone with green hair running. Then Susie saw a teenager basically running, but not seeing the green hair. Fritz said it kind of like Afton to him a little bit. Jeremy says, he got a full picture because he was right in front of the guy, and he sees the eyes and the look and such, and he was like, he looks like Afton, but he's not Afton. Maybe. So basically, he goes and talks to the other crew members and just say like, okay, so he has green hair, he's a teenager, he looks like Afton a little bit, but he has green eyes. Do you think this, since Afton was blind, and maybe he had kids, and their kids had kids, and maybe this is one of his great grandkids? And then Fritz says, where is Cassidy? And Gabriel goes like, oh no, the Springlock suit and such. They go over and Cassie's like, yes, just a little bit. Which when Gabriel and Fritz and everyone else gets there, almost there, she realizes she sees the green hair. She's like, wait, Afton didn't have green hair. No, no. And we saw her, she came and try to stop the kid, stop Izuku from even putting on the suit. Gabriel and Susie, Fritz, and Jeremy get there saying, Cassidy, wait! They see Izuku put it on. And, what happened is, Cassidy made, the pipes drip water. So, when he puts it on fully, the Glamrocks come, and just a drip of water goes onto the Springlock suit. Into the crevice. Where, it will be open and such, because it has been there for, many years, so it would have this by now. As then it, as you guess, hits one of the spring locks, and Izuku is being spring locked as he goes, help me! Basically scream out for help and such. The Glamrocks, go over, it was Glamrock Freddy, going over to where Vanny is, which is kind of far. Cassie goes, no, I killed him. Oh, no, I killed an innocent. No, it's Afton. It had to be Afton. And basically, Izuku was on the ground, and he's he's able to still somehow move, and which, he's still screaming, but when he's trying to get up and move again, but he falls down, goes onto his back, and he's still screaming out in pain. Until he stops. Fritz goes, oh my god. Gabriel, is that what happened to Afton? I know he killed us, but Susie goes, that's too much. Jeremy's like, yeah. Oh my god. It must be a lot worse for him. Well, if you're wondering, does it fit in completely? Is he fully spring locked? Yes, the whole entire thing is it spring locked him. I'm saying there's a little place where the feet was, and basically that's how the head is on and such. So yes, there was a little platform for his feet to go on. Basically, he was spring locked, so fully completely. And Cassie's kind of going crazy a little bit. until they start seeing the body twitch. If you guys are wondering what's going on, he's completely dead, right? And the answer is yes, he's dead. Kinda, truthfully. What's happening now is, while Zuko was being spring-locked, the remnant from the suit, which was William Afton's, which the pain was in, because technically he was spring-locked before, but all the pain that he had, all the remnant he had within his body was into the suit, and when he killed the kids and such. So, basically, because of the remnant that was in the suit, is now Izuku is in it, and he has remnant, is basically being part of the suit. It is physically merging together. They both are merging together while Izuku is dying. And his remnant and William's remnant are combining to be into one. To the point where Izuku is legit a physical manifestation of remnant, suffering, agony, and pain. And does this mean William comes back to life? Life. And basically I get to, say, his line, "I always come back," but in a William Afton's, Sprinlock, or, voice? No, I do not. Because the suit is twitching. This means the remnant has fully became, Izuku's, and has literally became a physical manifestation of remnant. And because of this, because of Williams, the suit starts to... I don't know why I'm stuttering now. I don't know. Probably I'm thinking too fast. I would stutter, so that would happen, yes. Okay. Don't mind me. Anyways. So, Izuku's remnant, like I was saying, and Afton's became one, became a physical manifestation, and the suit is starting to glitch. Like, for some reason, it's like glitching to, well, it's coming over it. Like, they don't understand, neither does Cassidy, and the Springlock suit becomes something else. It changes to being a lesser, bulkier, like, its own suit. A different type. And they don't understand that. And such... And then all of a sudden, he's like, the glitch happens again, and Izuku's, well, Izuku, and then it goes in and out, like springtrap, glitch trap, Izuku, and it just keeps on going and going and going, and then, well, by the time it near stops, Vanny gets there. She's like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" And then all of a sudden, Izuku's back to normal. Everyone's shocked, even Cassidy. So when Vanny's going, near him and trying to see if he's okay, all of a sudden his eyes are open, but they're purple now. Yes, okay. If we're gonna make him Afton, such, and this is gonna happen, why not give him purple eyes? So his eyes are purple now, and Cassie's saying, "I knew he was Afton! I knew he was Afton!" Like William Afton. And then Izuku's like, "How am I alive? What's going on? I should be dead. Why?" And, like, he's freaking out, like, legit. Like, you dead, and then you come back to life instantly, after only a few short seconds. And then he goes like, "What happened?" And he's like, I was pierced by multiple pieces of metal, and... God, the pain, dying... He basically, if you guys are wondering, will he get spring-locked again? No, not really. Because he is technically the suit itself, and he is not the suit. He's basically a pure remnant entity of his own kind. So basically, his human form, he has a human form, it's, basically a Matrona form, and then a glitch form, basically. So yeah. So, she goes like, "So... what you're trying to say is that I died. I saw the afterlife. I saw my grandparents, and then they said it wasn't my time." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then I come back. What's going on? When he looks at his hand, even Vanessa looking at his hand, it's glitching. It's glitching to being the glitch trap suit, but way more human-like. It's like, what the? And then it glitches into the spring trap suit. Basically, hence the reason why the picture. Yes, this is gonna be Izuku's, spring lock form. Well, animatronic form, which is just a humanoid version. Which Cassie's like, what the? And which the security alarm was going off, which no one knew about until someone arrived there. Well, two people actually. Cassidy and Hasashi. Cassidy's like, I mean, not Cassidy, I mean Charlie. Oh my god, my apologies for that one. Charlie arrives along with Hasashi, and Charlie goes like, "Wait, how is he alive?" And then, when, well, Hasashi sees the kid, he was like, "Wait, Izuku?" And he goes, "Dad, when did you get here? Why are you here?" He was like, "Okay, son, calm down. Okay, quick pause in the story. Let me explain this. Hasashi Midori, aka Hasashi Afton. Hasashi is basically a, a co-owner with his cousin of Freddy Fazbear Entertainments. He basically, was gone for about 10 years until he was needed. And Inko kind of lost her job and such because of laid off. Not really her fire, but more like the company went out of business. So he had no choice but go back into, Freddy Fazbear Entertainment, and he just told her he found a job and he was going to go overseas. But basically, his cousin needed his help because he was overworked, he had a heart attack and such, and he just came back. He was gone for 3 years. 3 to almost 4 years. And he was going to tell Izuku and Inko who he was, really. But since he was well known, the Aftons were well known to be very smart, very talented inventors of animatronics and business, management, but also crazy at the exact same time, and kind of like, because of William Afton, and, it's not very good. So he was kind of worried Inko was going to leave him, sort of thing. So, yeah, can't blame the guy, surely. So, Hisashi says, okay, calm down, Zuko. I know I've been gone for 3 years because of my business, which is actually this. He's like, what the? Okay, first off, what's happened to my hand? Why does it keep on changing? What's going on? And basically, while Zuko's freaking out, it's changing. And Hasashi just tells him, just calm down, okay? Which Izuku goes, alright. Okay, I'm calm. And the glitching does stop. He was like, alright. Vanessa, do you mind keeping this a secret? And she goes, sure, boss. And he was like, boss? This is owned by the Aftons. Why are you... And he goes, I am Hasashi Afton. Reason why there's no pictures of me because your mother and you have found out along with her friends and such, and I didn't want to ruin your mom's and your life. Look, it's going to be a long story. So let's start from the beginning of the bite of 87. Which the kids, the dead children are, the dead kids are there, the missing ones. Which Izuku can see as Hasashi goes into detail what happened to the Afton family. And how then Michael, basically lived his life along with his father. He also made a robotic suit, body for Cassidy. I mean, not Cassidy, Charlie. Ugh, and dyslexia, I think. I mean, my dyslexia kicked in, mixing up stuff because of C's. I know it starts with a ch and a C, but it's just the C part gets me confused sometimes, and I am getting tired. This is kind of putting me not sleep because I'm working my mind and I'm getting tired. So my apologies, but anyways. So they explained that and what happened to William. He was fully accepted where he was going. Hasashi says, and then he says about the Aftons. In general, we are brilliant, crazy, dangerous people. our abilities for Remnant are basically unknown. Sometimes we actually are crazy because of the Remnant itself makes it that way, but we have unique abilities and such because of it. And this is kind of like we are also with quirks, but powers of different origins, sort of thing. So mine, if you can tell, is, well, I manipulate fire. Hence, my fire quirk, it works perfectly for me. It suits the user, in which we unlock at the age of, well, 13 and a half, which you were. So, and how can I say this? Oh yeah, and the dead children are here, the ones that William Afton killed, which probably one of them is an angry spirit who wants to kill William and thought you were him. I mean, we do have the looks of him, so it happens from time to time. People mistake me from him too in America, so Which Izuku was like, I never had that trouble. You're like, because you had the greenish hair and the green eyes and the freckles. And you look like a small bean, so kind of distracts everyone from the features. But if someone's out for revenge from William Afton, then they'll notice. Which Cassidy can't believe that this isn't Afton. But then Hasashi just saying, well, it looks like when you died, well, I don't know what happened. So, Charlie, you mind, scanning him, since, my great grandfather did put it in a remnant, well, scanner for, in you. Oh, yeah. Basically, he says, oh, yeah, your well, not grandpa, but niece, I mean, not niece, aunt, is alive still. We got her out of sister location, and, well, even like Evan Afton is alive. He just possesses Shadow Freddy. So yeah, that is like, they live with Hasashi meets them time to time. Charlie and them live together. If you guys are wondering about Mrs. Afton, don't know. I don't know if she's Ballora or not, but in this one she's not. She only has Ballora only has her personalities, but still she's able to transform into a human. So mother figure right there for them. Anyways, so when Charlie scans Izuku's, how much remnant he has, it is far beyond what she can know. Like, she can see it, but no Afton has ever had this much remnant, which she is just starstruck and shocked. She's like, that's a lot. So, wait, how do you get this much, Izuku? He's like, wait, what do you mean? So Charlie kind of improved, along with Hasashi, they were able to improve the suit to make like a holographic image of, remnant for the Athens. And she goes like, okay, this is your father's. The remnant is basically the meter, like how much he has. So this is how Athens had. So basically she shows that Athens remnant always goes up and down depending like each generation. Hasashi's in the average mark, which is always at like, if you're talking about power level, it's like Dragon Ball Z, Super Saiyan 2 sort of way, power level, like that much. But in the My Hero Academia where it's like manipulation. So he can manipulate a whole entire forest fire into a ball condensed down and crush it like it was nothing. That's how much, remnant, that's how much his remnant can make him control fire. With Izuku, she says it's past that. It's like he's almost at Super Saiyan Blue, if we're going with Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, he's almost at Super Saiyan Blue level of remnant, which Hasashi is shocked by. So she just says, I don't know how much you have, but with the purple eyes and kind of the greenish and purple hair, green, black, and purple hair, I don't know how that work, how that looks so good on you, by the way. He goes, wait, didn't the Athens have brown hair? Which, they go, yeah, but Remnant's purple. Kinda, Charlie says. So I guess it just gave you purple eyes because of it. And then he was like, okay, so what's gonna happen now to me? Charger says, well, I mean, we can't really do much else. You, your body is legit a physical manifestation of Remnant, actually, so we can't get you out of the suit. We can't do anything like that because you are a suit itself. Like, you're a living suit. If you transform, it'll be like a humanoid version, I think. And he's like, how do I transform? And she goes, I don't know. I think I can turn still into my animatronic form if I think about it. So you try that. So Zuko thinks about, the suit that he was in, the springtrap suit. And then all of a sudden he turns into a humanoid springtrap. And he's like, how do I look? In which they're shocked because they knew what the suit looked like, and it did not look like this, which hence the look in the picture and such. And Charlie just said, wow, you may want to come outside and look. So when Izuku walks, he can tell he's a little bit taller. I mean, he's taller than he once was, like the same size as the suit is. So he goes outside. He sees in the mirror, in the glass window. He's like, "Whoa, this is me." Huh? That's kind of surprising. The only difference is that the hair is still kind of black, green, and purple. He has purple highlights now, and he has purple eyes. Then he goes like, "So what was the other thing?" So he kind of thinks about what the suit would look like, if it was glitching, and all of a sudden he turns into the glitch trap suit, but in which it has like a different look. It doesn't have like a jacket that's long and such on him. It looks like he has a normal clothing on with a hoodie and such. Yeah, I'm making it where this like the glitch form would basically change depending on the time the time of the year and such. Basically, like he can basically put on winter clothing on it and such, or So it's all a matter of what he wants. But I'm making it where they always have clothing on it fully, not just like a vest. But anyways, it goes like, whoa, okay, huh? Jacket, pants, no sneakers. I guess I don't need them because I'm a rabbit. I'm technically a rabbit. Well, I'm not. And he's just like kind of looking. It's like it still looks like the springtrap suit. Well, the suit that he had on, but a little bit more. Well, he looks a little bit more. Well, how can I say? Less broken, more alive-ish, and just kind of like like I guess William a little. It was like, didn't William Afton almost look like this? Cassidy does put a picture of William, and they kind of look. He almost looks like William. Almost like a exact copy, like he was Michael almost, too. And he basically goes like, wait, okay, so was William Afton ever spring locked in that suit? Charlie says, yeah, one time. And then he goes, so maybe the suit absorbed the remnant he had inside himself at that time. And basically, since Izuku's remnant, and it must have merged, so that means the spring lock is the spring trap suit, which Izuku's spring trap. It was like, because you were trapped in it, it spring locked you, so spring trap, whatever. Yeah, so the spring trap suit turned into a little bit like Izuku and William merged and like look alike, Basically, Izuku and William's features kind of became, merged. And then in this form, he looks a lot more like William Afton. Then Charlie says, that does make sense. Izuku then just kind of thinks of himself back as, his self, and then he turns back and goes like, This is gonna be very weird. Also, where's my phone? Isn't it just glitches right in front of him? It's like, huh? Uh, oh, almost dead. Huh. Oh, yes, it's 6:02. I survived the night. As then he basically, stops. He says, "Take that, Katsuki Bakugo. I'm better than you." And then basically he pauses it. I mean, he stops the recording, and then basically Hasashi goes like, "It was Katsuki, wasn't it?" He was like, "Uh huh." And I'm gonna probably beat the living crap out of him. Maybe. I don't know. Huh. So Izuku, just kind of contemplating. I was like, not right now. I need coffee and toast. Wait, what the? I'm just making. That's a joke. He was like, I mean, actually, Izuku does say, well, I mean, it does make sense. I do like toast. I mean, I ate that yesterday, and it was the only thing I could eat because I was learning late from school. Coffee was to help me out. And Hasashi was like, oh my god. Did you get your coffee addiction from me? He was like, maybe. Okay, so what are you gonna do? Join UA or something? He was like, I don't know. Should I? Would that even be a good idea? I mean, would that even be a good idea I join UA? I'm an Afton, I just found out, so. Charlie does say, technically, Aftons were heroes in three different times. Which the missing children are like, Nani? Charlie says, that's bullshit. And Izuku says, shut it, floating kid. That was like golden bear ears on her head. Which, the two just look at each other and look at Izuku, even like, if Glamour Freddy was like the third wheel, not noticeable. It's like, what kids? It's like, oh, them over there. As they look, they don't see nothing. Charlie sees them and she goes, you can see them too? It's like, yes. Okay, I'm not crazy then. Woo! Well, actually, I may be crazy since I was Springlock and I came out from the dead. So, she doesn't, yeah, you technically are crazy now. You're legally crazy. He's like, great. Do I have to get a card or a certificate or a cookie? She goes, no, just eternal life of suffering and agony of your mind. Which Izuku's like, great. Just great. So, Hazuki goes like, you can see us? He's like, yes. And yes, I found I'm an Afton, floating girl. You have a problem with that. And yes, I know Afton killed you. Well, William did. I didn't. So, take your revenge and go somewhere else. Shoo shoo. Go to heaven. He's dead. You're free. Bye. Go. Sayonara. Which Kaz just looks at him and like, I don't like you. And goes like, I don't even know you. And you're just a kid. And I like kids. Friendish way. Basically. If you're in danger, I'll help you. I'm the friend type. But anyways. Yeah, so I don't know why you hate me, but I ain't Afton, so yeah, and thank you for whatever you did, because I probably figure it was you, if I'm really thinking about it truthfully. So yeah, anyways, Hasashi just grabs Izuku and be like, alright, let's go home. Basically, Glamrock Freddy says he's gonna go back on stage. Vanessa just says, I'm gonna go home. So basically, they leave. Glamrocks go back on stage. Vanessa leaves. Charlie teleport them home and everything. That's why I said they leave. So yeah. And then goes awake, and she basically was like, "Is it Hasashi, you're home?" And then she looks at Izuku's eyes and see a little bit of purple hair in him. He's like, Izuku, what happened to you? Why's your eyes? And he was like, it's a long story, Mom. But anyways, Charlie, take it away. As such, Charlie says, I'm, Miss Inko, it's been a while. Goes, yeah, why are you here? It's like, well, let me explain. And such, Inko find out Hasashi who was his real name is. And she goes like, so, you're Hasashi Afton, the co-owner of her cousin, Luke Afton, in Fazbear Entertainment. He goes, yes. And our son got spring locked because of a suit because of dead children from the, fight, from basically the time when William Afton killed them. He was like, yes. They technically were always near because they thought William was going to come back. So, yeah. And, well, the Aftons are well known to be crazy, and he goes, yeah, and I was afraid you would leave me. She goes, okay, so what are you? Just exactly like, are you crazy? He was like, all Aftons are crazy in some way or form. Me, on the other hand, and plus we always have issues like paranoia, which I have. I'm not gonna lie, I'm always making sure I'm always careful with everything I do. So yeah. She goes, I can't get that for not telling me. Anyways, continue on. He was like, we're all crazy in some way. Zuko was fortunate enough to not be that way. But because he was sprung up because of one of the dead children, thinking he was, well, his and my great grandfather, it, he basically, well, Zuko, show her. So what happens is, Zuko, transforms into Springlock, spring, trap, basically. But there was a glitch, and then, there was like this glow purple and such, and then boom, he's spring trap. And then he's then he's glitch trap. And then he's back to Izuku, but then he has rabbit ears and a tail. He's like, I just found that I can do this. Anko's shot, kind of glad actually. She was like, so you technically have power, it's not a quirk? And he was like, yeah? Why? She just says, oh, okay, I'm glad for that. But anyways, we have a lot to talk about Hisashi. He's like, divorce. Just, no. We just have a lot to talk to, I have an earful to tell you. Which, she just grabs Hisashi into a room. And then, she just throws him in there and she says, well, we're gonna be talking for a while. You two can talk. And so what they hear is Inko yelling at him about how he did not, that he should have trusted her and such with this information, that she does not care about who his family was, and she only cared about his personality and such, and he, explained everything to her. She was still married to him, blah, blah, blah. So Izuku's like, so, Charlie, you're my, I guess, aunt or something? Because of her, William's family was, close with yours? She goes, you can consider me that. I'm just a family friend. So, how's everything in life for you? Sucks, quirkless, been treated like crap, bullied, friend kind of saw I was emotionless. Outside of school, we talk. Inside school, he's a bully. She was like, that's a horrible relationship as friends? She was, yeah. He was like, I know. That's the only one I got. So, anyways. How you been doing? Just good. Run the business. Talking to, Elizabeth and Chris. Oh, not Chris, Evan. Sorry, got your life. So, he was like, cool. Did he even know about my existence? They go, yeah, but your dad was worried about your reaction. He was gonna wait till you're 15 to handle it all. He's like, paranoia. Just, that's understandable. I have that a little bit. But yeah. Coffee? No. He's like, okay, more for me then. He goes over to the coffee machine, waits for it. They talk about it, and then she asks how smart he is, and he goes, I'm pretty smart. I'm always about figure out what quirks can do and such. I always make some blueprints designs, which she asked to see. He was like, sure. Just let me go get. As then they say one of them plop in his hand. It's like that one of them. Why does that keep happening for me? And she goes, maybe your remnant ability is teleportation? And he goes, I don't know. Alright, but, she looks at it, and, she likes it. She says, this is a very good design for quirk equipment. I can see why you're smart in that way. He's like, yeah, anyways. I wonder if Katsuki's up. So basically, he, texts Bakugo. He's like, yo, you up? He goes, yeah, did you go in there? He was like, yep, I made video proof of it. I'm coming over here. By the way, don't freak out when you see the video. You're gonna put on headphones, okay? He was like, sure. It's not gonna be that bad, is it? He's like, dude, you're gonna wish you never made this bet with me. He's like, okay. When you be here? A few seconds. He's like, sure, okay. Like, what? You're already at my house? He goes, teleportation. He's like, huh? Then all of a sudden, Izuku was like, teleports. Well, he waves bye to Cassidy, and not Cassidy, Charlie, and he's just gone. And she's like, I like him. He's always a good kid. And so, basically, Baku was like, what did he meant by it? Then he goes, sup? Baku sees Izuku, he's like, holy, who the, what, is Izuku? What the, contacts? Dude, when did you get contacts? In that mall or something? He's like, no, watch the video. He throws his, phone to Bakugo. Bakugo, about to watch his headphones. Trust me. And so, what happens is, he saw the whole entire video, which was he did skip a lot of it, but, he lasted like 2 hours of watching it, then basically, he saw the whole entire freaking event with his spring locked, and he was like shocked, and he was crying, and he wondered how Izuku was alive and such, and then, kind of with the explanation of the Aftons was happening in that, and then at the end of it, he was like, holy crap, you're an Afton? He was like, yep. And it looks like I'm on a god level one. A god level Afton. Jokes aside. It's like, yeah. So, keeping that promise, we gotta figure out what I can do. It's like, alright. Wait. What did you... Yeah, rabbit ears. And a tail. Got a problem with that? No. When do you want to start? He was like, I don't know, whenever you're ready. So, they just talk. And for the next 10 months, Bakugo and him find out what he can do. He can summon anything into his hand. Any weapon, actually, that's existent or non-existent. Basically, weapons from anime. Which, Izuku's like, Bakugo says, come on! You can't summon weapons from anime! They're not real! And he goes like, anime is real, so why not the weapons? And besides, it's not like this is just a what-if video. Some listeners, some people is listening to it and they're just hearing this. It's not like this is actually anime itself. And then he looks over at the, as he looks over to the non-existent wall and then says, right, viewers? And then he couldn't continue on saying, it's like, it's not like, I can do or anything really. It's like, I'm just breaking whatever wall it is, fourth or third wall. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have fun. Leave a comment or something. Anyways, as he basically looks back at Bakugo, goes like, who you talking to, basically. He was like, oh, no one. And then basically, he hears someone says from the narrator, says, get back to the script! Sheesh. He's like, yeah, whatever, man. Okay, sorry. Wanted to make that little joke. But anyways, Izuku's mind is the same way as Deadpool, so yes, he knows about this as not just a what if and such now. Yes, he is self-aware of this. Anyways, so Izuku and him train, they get stronger. He finds out he can literally mimic powers too, a little bit. It has to be like elemental ones, like rock, like a hardening quirk or speed quirk or float or gravity quirk. Only elemental ones. So yeah, so basically, kind of like he says, I am basically the Avatar. Which Bakugo was like, you're not Aang from Avatar. I do not own that name or the series. Wanted to make that point out. But anyways, it's like, meh. Wanted to make the joke. You ruined it. He's like, I'm glad I did. And he was just like, freak you, Bakugo. He goes, that's Katsuki to you. He's like, yeah, whatever, Katsuki. And they just laugh about it. So he goes like, so when are you gonna call me, Kachan again? He's like, dude, we're how old? If I called you Kachan, that just means I'm, it's a little kid thing. And you told me you never liked it, so. He's like, yeah, but I miss it. He's like, yeah, whatever. So basically, the 10 months end, they get to UA. Izuku naturally smart. I do want to make this like Izuku gets in, but then something happens. It is gonna become his, because of his after name. Um, so yeah. But anyways, so Izuku gets in, to the exam. He gets the rain portion done. Like I said, the prep, the fine portion's just, well, just simple. Izuku just makes two weapons appear in his hand and just dashes forward and teleports around, killing the robots, destroying them. Heck, even making a freaking even they said making fire come out of his fist that turns blue, through, his remnant basically. If you're wondering how he's not burning, because he's a little manifestation of remnant. Basically, he can produce since I make him make any elemental, he basically be somehow gain immunity to it too. So yeah, anyways. So yeah, basically, he's just doing all that, which everyone's shocked with the 0-pointer. How can I say this? Oh yeah, teleport half the body away somewhere else, destroying it. Which, that did technically make Izuku pass out, because he never teleported anything that big before, so, yeah. Anyways, Machako saved him. Such. If you guys are wondering why did I rush this part, because I'm actually about to fall asleep real soon because I'm feeling really tired. So yeah, so anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys have a nice night, day, whatever you are, and I need some sleep. Bye-bye, everyone.